Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about how the enemy steals your destiny, right? Because Satan comes to kill, rob, and destroy or whatever. Because what do you expect? God told you Satan is a thief. So you expect him not to steal from you, right? His kids. Anyhow, they steal your destiny through Anzu. Anzu is, well, they call him the demon of the sun. Okay, he's the one who stole the tablet of destiny from Enlil or whatnot. He did not steal it from, he took it, because when you do wrong, you strip from your power, and that's what happened. So they demonize Anzu. It goes by a different name. If you just look up, from the Mesopotamian mythology, Anzu was removed from the king's list. Mesopotamian king's list, he was removed. Why do you think they removed him? Why do you think they removed Anzu? I'm gonna write the name. You guys look it up. And they removed him because he held the tablet of destiny. Remember they told you he stole it? Okay, let's play their cards, whatever. He stole it. So have you heard of somebody saying the universe is inside of you? So all of this happening inside of you, right? The tablet of destiny is inside of you. All of that is inside of you. Anzu is inside of you. Okay? And anyhow, he stole, they said, the tablet of destiny. No, he did not steal it, right? He have authority, dominion over the tablet of destiny. And if you look at from the Mesopotamian, he has dominion over 8 spheres. Spheres are your chakra systems, okay? So because he holds the power and divinity over it, so they end up removing him from the tablet of destiny. From the Mesopotamian king's list, because they don't want you to access your destiny. Because how the enemy steals your destiny? Okay, how the enemy steals your destiny? Because they access you through this tablet through Anzu, and then they steal whatever is in your Akashic records, whatever your inheritance, and they take it, you know what I mean? Because this is who they are. They just like to steal. So do not be surprised, why would they steal from me? You know what I mean? They stole from God. What make you think you're better than God, They stole from God. Satan stole from God. From God. What make you think you're not deserving the same treatment, Anyhow, Anzu was removed, and then they removed him intentionally because they don't want you to have access to this information. Remember, knowledge is power. They are intentionally removed him because they don't want you to have access to your destiny. So they've been doing this for a long time. They went through many wars and stuff, invaded a lot of sacred sites, historic, places to steal the knowledge. They hoarding the knowledge because they stole it. You know what I'm saying? They stole the knowledge from different part of the world, and they holding your destiny hostage, But so to access their destiny, you have to revoke all permission given during your sleep, waking life, whatever. knowingly or unknowingly, given to anybody to access your tablet of destiny, okay? And to restore all that has been stolen from you, okay? Your divine inheritance, also to restore the Akashic records and all of that. Anzu has dominion over army, God's army, okay? You can invoke God's army to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Just think of them. This army are, the army is like your white blood cells. Think of them that way, that defend you, they attack any parasitic infection or morgellons, parasites, bacteria, viruses, funguses, all of that. They attack at the core. So they're army. So Anzu has the same thing. You have to know this is what's been hidden from all of you. God showed me this last night, and I slept on it. I slept on it because I wanted to do a little bit of research to see what, he told me a bit, but not everything, right? So I had to do a little bit of digging to find out what's I have missed, okay? So to get a better picture. Then when I, read on, Anzu, he goes by different names. I found out that the enemy have removed him from the king's list. Why would he remove, and then they call him a demon of the sun. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you what the sun is their enemy, is Satan's enemy. Remember when they went to Abraham and they said, speak to your God to forgive us for what our ancestors have done? The giants, I'm talking about the giants, right? What did Abraham say? He says he went to God, and God, even though they've done so many wrongs, God said to Abraham to tell him to stay away from the sun. Why they to stay away from the sun? Because he knows the sun burn them. The sun is not their allies. You know what I'm saying? Satan. Remember, I mentioned this to you the other day. The falcon comes from the sun. Remember, the serpent comes from the mom, from Eve, right? Or, so the falcon comes from Adam. You understand? Remember, I mentioned that yesterday, why they killed my mom? Because the serpent comes from the mother side, right? And the father comes the falcon, right? So the falcon in every, country, if you see a bird, they're talking about the sun, okay? So that why, Abraham said, to stay away from the sun. But also, he didn't tell him God says, I'm going to forgive you. No. Hey, because God is allowing you to repent and come from that way. And then he'll forgive you. You know what I'm saying? But he would not influence your decisions. He would let you do whatever you want to do and stuff, and then decide on it. But they discontinue up to this day. Up to today, they're still hurting people. They're hurting humanity. So this is what the war is coming up. This war coming up is against them, These people, they know what's coming, They're building all these bunkers, The more you dig in the internet, the more you find out how many bunkers that these people have built, Anyhow, the sun is the enemy. And the serpent's enemy is a bird. Look it up. Look it up in many mythology. Serpent's enemy is a bird. Anzu is a bird, what they call them. A lion has a lion face and a bird body. And they call him the demon of the sun. Demonize him. You know what I mean? They like to demonize because they want you to use. They even remove him from the king's list. Why? Why are you trying to hide? Why you remove a deity, a very important deity, from the history books? You know? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to access this information. They don't want you to undo, the theft of your destiny. They steal your destiny. They can steal your destiny because you don't know. You give this permission during your sleep, and you're not aware you have given it, and then they take it because they think, because we're getting consent during his sleep, where it's justified to take from him. You know what I mean? Because Satan steals. What do you expect his kids would do? You know what I mean? Give you like rubies and diamonds? No, they're not gonna give you none of that. They're gonna steal from you. Because especially if they know your inheritance come from the divine. They don't get inheritance. They don't get inheritance. God doesn't give them inheritance. Okay? Because they are the cursed seed. From creation, they are the seed that God cursed. Okay? Why do you think the name, the curse of Allah is also a name, an oath? Also oath and a curse. You know what I'm saying? So if these people are being cursed, they know by, and so when you invoke an oath, also it cannot be broken. When you invoke the name and you say, I am invoking this oath and that, and you say whatever you want to say, whatnot, and seal it with the oath. Okay? So anyhow, to get back to the story, remember I told you Nimrod, Dracula, and stuff, werewolf and stuff like that. All their enemy is the sun. Okay, werewolf comes out in the full moon, Dracula and all of that. Dracula, he get burned by the sun. If the sun hit them, they get burned. You know what I mean? This is who they are because they're a serpent race. When God says to be light, the sun also created. The sun came up. The sun, when God lets be light, the sun came up. You understand? You understand how everything is symbolic with God. When he says, let's be light, the sun was birthed. Okay? It came into existence. Okay? The sun is an enemy. Anzu is the bird deity. It has a bird body and a face of a lion. Dragon, what they have? Guess what the dragon has? Dragon have a lion face. If you look at the TV Rhea, the last dragon, the animation. I talked about it. It's in one of my videos. She have a lion face, on a body of a dragon. She can fly. You saw her flying around or whatever, right? Serpent can't. Serpent cannot fly. You understand? And so this is what it means. It means exactly that, what I just told you. The sun is their enemy, They hate the sun. Why do you think they're blocking the sun? Just go online. Look, United Kingdom investing over 60 or 70 million dollars to block the sun. Many countries in European Union or whatever, China, creating a fake sun and stuff like that. Why are you trying to block what our God already created and create something that already got created? Because the sun they created affects your DNA. The fake sun they created, it affects your DNA. It's like your halogen lights you have in your, those lights you have in your house. What do you call them? HD or smart lights or whatever. They affect your DNA. Why do you think they created a fake sun? You know what I'm saying? So China have a fake sun. United Kingdom is building one. United States, all of those countries, because they wanted to kill your art. I don't want to say the word, but anyhow, Yohani. They're trying to kill your Yohani. Everybody, they're trying. And they're trying to affect everybody by attacking your DNA by a fake sun. Because this sun, fake sun, emits a light is very destructive to your DNA. Okay? Similar to your smart lights you have in your house. Okay? Yeah, they give you that BS story. You know, those lights last for trillion years, you know? But why? Because they're destroying you when you're not knowing. You know, your computer light, why would you think they make a light in your computer, a blue light in your phone, a blue light in many things? Why do you think they create that? Because they know it messes with your natural clock, your DNA, your creation. You understand? So for you to think, these people are creating things to benefit you, you're sadly mistaken. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. These people will not create anything to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Anything is harmful for you, they would create. Look at the poisoning of water, air. They're spraying us with chemtrail all day long, poisoning the sea, poisoning the water, the air, and it's all of this, the food, the medication. They put toxic stuff. Why do you think they really care about you? Man, you're like, you're like not really, your head is not screwed on straight. You're stupid to think they really care for you. You know what I'm saying? And then, but anyhow, this is what happened. I'm explaining to you who's Anzu, why he's been demonized. They call him a demon of the sun. You know what? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. He's not demon of the sun. He is divine. God created him. Why do you think his association with the sun? Is the sun is bad? No. They tell you also, too much sun is gonna kill you. No. They're doing stuff, trying to hide the truth from people, and creating all these stupid things, fake suns and stuff. Anyhow, this is how they steal your destiny. Okay? And so anyhow, they steal your destiny this way. Anyhow, last night I saw it in a dream. I can't remember. That was like the artificial dream. It's not real, okay? I'm telling you, this artificial dream was Lady Gaga or something like that. Let's talk about that. I don't think I addressed it before. Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Beyonce, Cardi B, Alicia Keys, who else? Rihanna. All of those are witches. Okay, you don't have to believe me. All of them practice witchcraft, are witches. And they're attacking the 144,000. By the way, so 144,000, who's your enemy? These people that call soul celebrities. So sharpen your knife and get ready for war. You know what I'm saying? That broom is not gonna fly you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab that broom and I'm gonna swat you like a fly. That's what I'm gonna do to these people. But anyhow, these witches coming in a dream. They're trying to, I'm floating over something, and they're like trying to figure out because I started to activate all these destinies that belongs to me, and they're trying to figure out what kind of power I have, because they're always trying to create something to attack me when time comes. You understand? So they're not doing it because they're trying to figure you out, because when they know this, when this war comes around, these witches, they're not gonna be singing, I'm a survivor. Yeah, we're gonna be singing our survivor, because you will not be surviving. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, these people, they're gonna find out, because they're wicked. They're wicked doing witches. Okay, so that's what's happened in a dream. And yeah, so anyhow, We'll see. We'll see if your bunker is gonna save you, little witches. Because when we come for you, you're trying to provoke us. 144,000 know your enemy. Your enemy knows who you are, and I just told you. They have witches. They have witches. Training all these witches when they sing a song, they enchant a curse within the song. Did you know that? Yeah, they enchant a curse in the song. So when you're listening to it, and you think you're listening to something great, you've been cursed. You know what I mean? You've been cursed. And they do it. They hide it within their music. They hide it with their whatever they're trying to sell you. You know what I'm saying? These people are not who you think they are. I just told you who they are. Anyhow, this Lady Gaga, no Lady Gaga. Anyhow, I don't know why they call her Lady Gaga. A lady would not be a stripper. She used to be a stripper. How come could be a lady be a stripper? But anyhow, to go back to the subject. Did you know that I had a dream about her, artificial dream, long time ago, and she kissed me in a dream. And I looked up, what's a kiss? Kissing you in a dream by someone. What it means. Look it up, guys. Honestly, it's not. I'm not gonna really elaborate. But anyhow, when they kiss you in a dream or do something to you in a dream, they are doing something horrible to you. I had to look up being kissed by a witch. What does it mean? You look it up and let me know. What do you think? What it means? Okay? So you've been targeted by these people. Okay? Because they are thinking they're God Almighty. They think they are, okay. I'm not going to tell you what they're going to do to you. You're going to find out. We'll see. That broom is going to save you.